was wondering for why this thing was taking a little while for it to load. There's definitely something about the professor just now, right? Maybe just a little dramatic flair to get us all jazzed up for the fight. That got you jazzed? Maybe big time jazzed. You need to see a doctor, that's just not right. See, I'm pretty sure that call was really... never mind, it's nothing. What's wrong, Arvin? You seem kinda down. No matter how things turn out, I'm counting on to see you through this, Derek. Yep. Arvin knows in that there's a disturbance and that's not normal. And not in the best way. Oh, right. Hey everybody, it's the G-Rock 100! Welcome back to more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet! Last time, we made our way further down in the Great Crater Pound area to Area 0. And we've learned a little bit more of a backstory of what's going on down there. This time, we got some big rewards coming in. Ooh, a heavy ball. 3 large experience candies. And it looks like next one's gonna be a moon ball. Perfect for catching Pokemon that can only evolve with the moonstone. Not feeling it, but oh well. Not just to not gonna question it. There's a lot that we can explore at the bottom, but unfortunately we're not gonna be able to explore all of it, not just yet. Don't worry, we'll get into that soon enough. Let me just grab that. Terra shards down here, and there's lots of them. Wait. Hold on a moment. Excuse me? Look, I know that you're in the superior version of that of a Delibird, but you just made that opportunity go away. I thought that Pokemon had that Dryrock was shiny, but okay, I don't think it was. I panicked for nothing. Is there anything behind here? I saw you go through that wall. And also, look at this. That's not how crystals work. Yeah, look at this. That is not even close on how crystals work. Alright. So there's a lot more into this area for us to explore, but we're not going to do that quite yet. And if you think that I'm talking witsy-dixie and that these are not how crystals work, just look at that! That reflection is almost about the size of a building. Have we finally reached the deepest part? We made it! We didn't see if those legends of treasure down here are for real? Yeah, right. That's just a fluff they write to fill in the textbooks. Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab. That's where you are, right, Professor? But wait, why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? The crystals here in Area 0 possesses a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. It is the same energy that allows Pokemon to terrestrialize. So the entire building is being terrestrialized? Is that what you're saying? Don't be silly, Arvin. The professor implied something important about Terra Orbs just now. They've made from the crystals sent down here in Area 0, aren't they? Indeed, though not many know it. Since you have disabled all 4 locks, the gates to the Zero Lab should now open for you. But once you open the gates, you will quickly be confronted with the dangerous Pokemon inside. They would likely make a break for freedom. With the 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, then open the gate. Yeah, the ones being guarded by those Glimmets. You got me and Derek here. Doesn't matter what we're up against. We'll be fine. Well then, that puts all my worries to rest. Yeah, about that. Let's do it. Hold it! Huh? Why? We're finding the cups of getting into the lab. Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come on at us, then shouldn't we also have Miraidon help? Yeah, if Miraidon help were like how we first saw it in Anti-Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see it battle. But hasn't even wanted to let us ride it ever since we came down to Area Zero. And it can't be entered its battle form in the first place. But it's really strong. I know it is. It ate all those Urban Mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight. And Area Zero is where it used to live. If we bring it out of its ball now, maybe it'll be able to find its family too, right? That's pretty sensible by your standards, Robin. I don't know. Go on, Derek. Let Miraidon out. Alright, come on, Derek. Now that we've got Miraidon ready, it's time to open that gate. Family reunion! It's happening! Whoa, no way! No, something's not right. Huh? What's wrong? Aren't you bummed that your heartwarming family reunion was cut off so quickly? Are you joking? There was nothing heartwarming about it! We were this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl! Wait, for real? Okay, everybody with me now. Palm up front, and go! That right there! And it's to prove that Nimona is a freaking dumb! Like, for someone who's the class president and is probably supposed to be at the top of her class, you're kinda dumb. Just look at Miraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess the other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon's giving off some real bad vibes. Not that you should worry a thing about any of that. Once you get back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll be going toe-to-toe against that jerk. If, you know, if you want to. Sorry, guess that doesn't really help, huh? Do you think that Miraidon is one of the dangerous Pokemon the Professor warned us to watch out for? But didn't the Professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come out from inside? You mean from inside the gate we just... What the? Again, that's not how crystals work. Come on, I can say that multiple times because you know it's true. We're surrounded! And it's pretty obvious that they're not here to roll out a friendly welcome, Matt. There's no way we can handle this money. And don't tell me they're all future Pokemon. We got a little disaster on our hands here. Look, even that fellow's ready to bail. Then I guess it's my turn. I've been waiting. Come on, Derek. Let's do this together. So we got an Iron Head Treads right here. Second burst, same as the first. Uh-oh. Sorry! I thought it would one-shot it! I think that this one would be a huge tusk if we were hit it being Scarlet. I'm just going to take a wild guess. And we'll just go for an Iron Heads. Bonk! There we go. Alright, so far, so good. Wow, they're strong! Now this is a worthwhile challenge! I'm glad you're on our side, but you're still really annoying her when you say stuff like that. Uh-oh. Yeah? Why are they coming at me? Derek, help me out here! So we have one right here, Iron Hands. These things will hit hard, and they live up to that reputation. If my memory serves me correctly, I could be wrong. I'll be flashing up on screen if this is incorrect. But I believe we will be facing off against Fluttermane. What is it with me knocking out to my partner's Pokemon for this? I guess to be fair, they're more effective with Earthquake rather than Iron Head. Gah! The future must be terrifying! Oh no, they're running away! Yeah, and? If those Pokemon can get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands! We gotta go after them, Penny! Why me? Wait! Gah! Hold on, Nemona! Why do I get the feeling you're gonna join all this? Hope the two of them can handle their part. But at least the crowd's been thinned out now. It's up to us to deal with that and what's left. Let's go for this strong-looking one first. Actually, I think I might have this one backwards. I think this one would be the Fluttermane. The other one would have been a Brute Bonnet. Bonk! Yeah! Can't believe they stripped a Hydreigon from its Dragon type and made it become a part Flying type instead. See? The power of friendship had us perfectly in sync, thanks to our Titan hunting together. Still scared, huh? You worried you might have to face that other one of your kind? Well then, let me take on some of the burden. These stragglers should be nothing. Me and my boss here can take them. I don't think you can. They're all fighting types. So Derek, you take your partner there and go take care of business. Oh, come on. If you're not even gonna rely on your friends, then who are you gonna rely on? My boss up here is ready to go. Leave this into us. Maridon. You really ruined my whole childhood, you know? But it's not like seeing you cowering and scared on your wits and make you feel any better about it. You got amazing powers. So if you just use them, and you've got us too. So don't even think about losing to that jerk. Be brave. Stand up and fight. They won't even let us fight by his side on this. Don't worry, we'll have more on our hands in just a moment. And now, for probably one of the most plot-twisting moments that is revealed in any Pokemon game thus far. Human presence detected within the Zero Lab. You had some hints about this, but here we go. Oh boy. Deactivating sleep mode. Hello, Derek. Thank you for coming. No. Back to your ball. That one is far less attractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Maridon fled Area 0 because it lost to the other one in a territorial struggle. I'm afraid that there is something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Turo. I am an artificial intelligence that the professor's created, imbued with his memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station number 4. The Pokemon was not to be blamed. It was the original professor who failed to accurately judge its full power. I believe the professor wanted nothing more than for the Maridon to survive and thrive. That is why he threw himself in front of your Maridon in an attempt to protect it. From the time I reached down to Director Clavel and asked to be put in contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Derek, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original professor created. Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me. I want you to take a closer look at Turo. Do you notice anything? If we recall her from when we met with him earlier in the game, he's just standing there almost looking all rigid-like. He's not breathing. Every bit of this is an android. The moment when I had learned about this, like, all of this just came to a grinding freaking halt. Like, wow. Sure, he does blink, but that's just part of his programming. He has to behave just as a human as possible, but he doesn't even need to breathe. We're gonna need this. But seriously, look at how destroyed this place is. What's this? We can't exactly read this book. Excuse me. But what's interesting, if you look right over here, check it out. There are two photos from right here. One of them is just a Mastiff, and the other one is a baby Arven with a Mastiff. The professor actually really didn't love his son. But there's no more info about this as we go further on. Booster energy! With a certain ability, the power head can be jacked up. We're getting more into that in just a moment. Yeah, I think we should be good to go. This elevator will take us down to the lower level. Step inside. So this is a little misleading. It's just nothing but a gray emptiness. But once you get into the elevator itself, it's this. Makes no sense. Derek, it truly is a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you may have. Is there anything you wish to know? An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body, built to resemble the professor in every way. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present. But the crystals that made up the Zero lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, his physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for his son Arvin to accept. I now manage the Zero Lab in the original professor's place. The time machine is a device that the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to a different point on the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When he was alive, Professor Turo had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age. What you might call future Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw future Pokemon to this time. The original professor had a dream of a world in which a future Pokemon might live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony. But these Pokemon have gained a strange power due to their adaptations in the distant future, and its power that proved too terrible. Their very existence is being destruction to the ecological balance of this current age. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier on Area Zero is still working to keep the future Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea. But we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barrier, such as Iron Treads. Eventually, they will break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across the Paldea region. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. I may have been created as a copy of the professor, and yet I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. But any hope of preventing it would require overcoming the greatest AI that the original professor ever devised. Derek, you have become a formidable trainer. Now use that strength you have gained to destroy the dream Turo once cherished. I appreciate your willing to help. We have reached the lowest level. And if you think that he's been talking nonsense, look at this place! They're like taking the ideas of endgame and multiplying it by 500. And I'm not even exaggerating on this. Behold. This is the time machine we perfected using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon. No backing out now. To stop the time machine, you'll need to use the Professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Violet book. It was very like the Professor to put the final key we would need hidden in that book, of all places. He loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Violet book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine. There is just one issue. If you try to stop the machine, I will most likely attack you. Artificial being that I am, my own desires can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles that carried out by the various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokemon, however, I believe you can prevail. Once you have readied yourself for this fight, please place the Violet book upon the pedestal. Gained analysis from past champions into this programming AI brain. I want you to think about that for a moment. This means he technically has more knowledge than all of the past champions put together. Can you not say that that is terrifying beyond all belief? Once we place the Violet book on here, the time has come for us to finally put an end to this monstrosity as it is. Are you ready to do it? Bring the noise. I do confirm, Professor Turo, access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied. Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It is up to you now, Derek. AI Turo switch to sweep mode. Activating offensive protocols. Please defeat me. At last. At last my dream is within reach. And you're not getting in the way! Fight! this music just so BA in and on itself? Well, anyway, enough about all that. His first Pokemon, Iron Moth, level 66, Fire Poison type, Quark Drive for the ability. Every single one of his Pokemon has Quark Drive. Sludge Wave, Fiery Dance, Discharge, Air Slash. No need to beat around the bush. He's tough. Now, this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand future Pokemon's weaknesses? What? Some sort of error has occurred here. Recalculate for critical damage. Oh. Okay. Already choosing to bring out one of the bigger guns on this one, huh? Alright, let's see. Sure. Iron Thorns, level 66, with Rock Electric type. You know its ability? Thunder Punch, Brick Break, Stone Edge, Earthquake. Hey, look at this. We now have like what? A 5th or 6th alternate variation of a Mecha Tyranitar? Well, this one is pretty much in the more realistic like approach. Time to take out Mecha Godzilla by kicking it in the crotch! Uh-oh. 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 Don't paralyze me, please. Do you imagine you get best of week of data at my disposal of a human brain? Shit! This is the power of distant future holds. Splendid, isn't it? Yeah! And remember when I said this place pretty much just takes the idea of endgame and multiplying that by 500? Look at this! Crystal panels everywhere, a tower-like structure to help power up the time machine, and a massive fan-sized location to help send people through the quantum realm. I think it kind of goes without saying, but which one's probably the superior one of them all? I don't remember for what Pokemon's in it, but all the Pokemon start with Iron. Okay. Iron Bundle, level 66, Ice Water type. Drill Peck, Water Balls, Freeze Dry, Snowscape. But yeah, despite what you would think about their first glance, most of them are not Steel types. Okay, why did you not do anything else, you douche? Bonk! Oh. Okay. Yeah, they pretty much just gave Delibird the much-needed upgrade it deserved. And this is what we got. We'll be talking more about this later, when we have another visit for this place and when we get the chance. Yeah! Alright. So we've seen something like this one already. Which one should I go for? Dropping to this. Iron Jugulus, level 66, Dark Flying type, Quark Drive for the ability. Air Slash, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Flash Cannon. So they've been paying attention. Their cries are similar, but they also include the background sound of their cries, like that from the original. Actually, kind of a nice touch. Okay, so far, so good. Alright. Now comes to the point where things are gonna get nasty. Iron Hands! Level 66, fighting electric type. Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Iron Head, Fake Out. If you have a ghost type, send it out right now so it'll counteract against the Fake Out. Because it won't do anything to it. Go for a Flamethrower. Uh-oh. Don't paralyze me, please. Thank God. There it goes. All right. And now for his ultimate Pokemon. And this is when things are gonna get nasty very, very fast. Iron Valiant, level 67, Fairy Fighting type, holding the booster energy. And oh boy, this is gonna hurt hard. Psycho Cut, Brink Break, Spirit Break, Poison Jab. I'm giving all my Pokemon the chance they deserve for this big fight, but it'll make all the sense for you in just a moment. Everything is proceeding within my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0. The booster energy activates its core drive. Its attack was heightened. I think it's about time that we wrap this up. I need to take this thing out. I need to take this thing out now. Uh-oh. Thank God that I used that when I did. Alright, time to finish it. Impossible! For those of you guys that are really like it at AI Turo, he really is a gilf like this. Or a dilf? Yeah, dilf. Derek! Every gamer has always like, oh no. What is this? Did you already beat on the baddies without me? Okay, out with it, you! Who are you really? He figured it out long before he got here. Thank you for everything. The time machine has finally... He has finally been stopped. You're really not my dad, are you? Oh, look how big you've grown. So proud of you, my... Sorry, you were alone so long, Art. Dad? Security system failure. Security system failure. Threat to time machine detected. Threat to time machine detected. Whoa! What's going on now? Is another army Pokemon on its way here? It cannot be. An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. What? Was keeping the time machine running truly all the professor cared about? Locking all Pokeballs except those registered by Turo's AD. Wait, what? Program initializing, gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children! This is too much for you! You must run! Turo disabled Paradise Protection Protocol initialized. There's one more phase. You're not getting in my way! We are now challenged by the Paradise Protection Protocol. And his final Pokemon is Miraidon. Our balls are useless. All except for one. Hailing him from data of the distant future, Cyclosaur has become one of the most powerful biomechanical beings of them all! Miraidon! We have finally reached his fullest potential, and he can now truly be used in battle! Your particular Miraidon! Level 68 Electric Dragon type, hardened engine for its signature ability! Power Gem, Electro Drift, Endure, Terra Blast! Miraidon as a Pokemon on itself. If you were looking for one of the best special offensive users of them all, for both special offense, special defense, and speed, this is it. Hardened Energy, its signature ability, activates an electric terrain, and it boosts the special attack as well as onset electric terrain. Quite honestly, this makes it one of the most powerful electric users of them all, but don't be fooled by this. It's more than just an electric powered Pokemon. It is a dragon in on itself, and my god, it has some powerful dragon type moves waiting in its arsenal. I should point out then that its Terra type will be dragon, as well as a counterpart, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Electro Drift, its signature move, is a 100 power, 100 accuracy, special electric type move that if it's super effective against an opponent, it increases its damage by roughly 33%. So, essentially, almost around 135 base power, even surpassing that of Volt Tackle with a no consequence. That being said, don't even bother giving this thing with any physical offensive moves, which sadly it does come with a huge chunk of. But you may want to consider using some other options as well. It has some very good move hits that they can learn through leveling up, but if you plan on using this in a thing and other purposes, it's going to be a challenge. It may be one of the best hard-hitting when it comes to special offense in terms of the both electric and dragon types, but Miraidon will definitely be getting that job done if you use it in the correct situations. Hailing him from the prehistoric era, over 65 million years ago, we have a Cyclozon that really brings in the buff out of all dragons and remains as one of the most badass dirt bikes and you will find of them all. Koraidon! Pretty much everything that I said about Miraidon falls around here, but this thing actually becomes a lot more intimidating when it comes to offense. This particular Koraidon that is gifted to you. Same level, fighting dragon type with Orichalcum Pulse for his signature ability. Flamethrower, Collision Course, Endure, Terra Blast. This is basically Miraidon, but with the stats flipped. And it probably has more weaknesses on itself, but if you can get around all that, it's nothing to deal with. Orichalcum Pulse is signature ability. Powers up in its attack stats when it says a harsh sunlight, and it even summons one when it comes out onto the field. Like I said, everything about Koraidon is basically flipped when I'm talking about Miraidon. Collision Course, literally the same thing except that it's a physical fighting type move. It increases its power by 33% if it's a super effective move. This thing hurts. And I mean, it hurts a lot. Getting around into this thing is going to be no pushover. If you manage to use this thing at its fullest potential, you're in here for one hell of a great adventure going onward. Look through its movesets and that it can learn through both leveling up and through TM, and you'd be surprised at what this thing can learn. If you really want one that really has a good chance of being a hard hitter, check out the fighting moves and that it can learn. And of course, always a great hit to have, and it's something that's good for dealing with a lot of hits, like Collision Course. And maybe throw in something else in there to make it more worthwhile. That being said, it does come with a couple of drawbacks. It has a sheer good number of weaknesses, including a quad weakness to Fairy. Pick your poison, make sure that you know exactly what you're dealing with. But otherwise, Koraidon will serve you well as the most badass dirt bike that it is. Alright! So, when fighting against this particular Miraidon, level 72, Electric Dragon type, hard hit entry for the ability, holding the Terrain Extender, Hyper Beam, Charge, Taunt, Power Gem. If you were battling against Sada and Scarlet, it would be a Koraidon, level 72, fighting Dragon type, Orichalcum Pulse for his signature ability. And I'm assuming that it also has a held item on itself. Yeah, Heat Rock. And with the moves Giga Impact, Bulk Up, Taunt, Flamethrower, you will fall here within the Garden Paradise and achieve nothing in the end! I should point out, you are guaranteed to not to lose this fight. So, this sucker can take a lot of hits. For this fight, you will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goals will be eliminated! This looks like it could be bad. Hang in there, Derek! Don't you be hanging there on Miraidon? But you have Electro Drift. The data that I hate is superior. Fall become a foundation upon which my dream may be built. Hyper Beam! Uh-oh. See? You're guaranteed to hang on by 1 HP. Electric Drift! Boom! It may not be effective, but that was a beautiful move. You took that hit like a champ. You can do this. I know you can. Oh man, can we really not pull off a win here? This doesn't look good. Hey Derek, your turtle arm's glowing! Derek, Miraidon, terrestrialize and finish this off! And with all 3 of their powers and words combined, they given me ancient power! Here we go! Terra Blast! Converts it to whatever hidden type it is when it terrestrializes! Guaranteeing to do severe damage when used! Terra Blast! Fire! Booyah! You defeated the Paradise Protection Protocol. You did it! It's not going berserk anymore? How very astounding. To think that you would manage to defy even the original professor's final protections. Are you back to normal? Yes. A completely unforeseen outcome, even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and instead proved your worthiness. Showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how challenging of a future may await you, I believe you will be capable of walking whatever path you choose for yourself now, with pride.
Kind of a sin there, buddy.
I thank you, Derek. I thank all of you children. But I'm afraid that the time machine cannot be put to a stop so long as I am here. It appears I myself am part of the system that ensures the machine reboots when stopped. Huh? What does that mean? I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you all of your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied you, your freedom. The way you came together, working in the league with your fellows and caring for them. The way that you sought strength and to better yourself, throwing all who you are into battles. The way that you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you loved. The way that you never ceased to seek, nor to fight for, a treasure all your own. Ah, and the way that you soared free through the very skies of those wings of yours. I wish that I too might be as free as you all. Free to seek out that which I might treasure. Above all else, not bound. Your own treasure. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the future that I have dreamed of.
What? You can't just leave now! Right when we finally reached you!
I am not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot deny my desire to see that future Pokemon world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race when the thrill of adventure? I am sorry that I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, so I understand him better than any. Your father truly loved you.
You can't just go and say a thing like that now!
No? I suppose you're right. I am sorry. Arvin, Baridon, Derek. It is a little sad, but I'm afraid this is goodbye.
Dad!
Farewell, my free adventurers. I bid you adieu.
How could you just go? Dad! Arvin? You okay, bud?
Yeah. Somewhere deep down, I kind of already knew it. I knew that thing was fake, but when it said my name, using his voice and wearing his face, even if it was a fake, it felt real, you know? And so I just thought, Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
That's okay.
I guess Maridon is sad too.
Oh, but that battle form! How cool is that? It's so strong!
If it tries to nudge me for a belly rub while it's huge like this, I seriously think I'm gonna die. Hey now, let's not skip over the big win here. Derek and Maridon just saved all of Paldea!
That's right. You both did amazing. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, that's my bud Derek for you.
You know, Arvin, even though the professor's gone, I bet he's finally having a real fun adventure of his own in the future.
Yeah. Thanks, Penny.
Yeah, sorry.
What should we do now, Derek? Let's get out of here! You said it. Come on, everyone. Let's make our way home.
Okay, everybody listen up.
What is it?
Let's take the long road home and get a little more fun out of this adventure.
I don't really...
Sounds great. If we could load up on snacks first, I'm in. Hey, Derek, not you too!
Oh, alright, fine. I guess we're doing this.
Isn't that just one of the most heartwarming moments you've ever seen in the game? If it's not, then you're a freaking liar.
You see, tonight it could go either way. Hearts balanced on a razor blade. We are designed to love and break.
And that's it! That is the main game of a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Well, sort of. But we're not quite done yet with the main game. There's still plenty more things for us to do, but we're now pretty much getting into the somewhat post-game of the main game. And I have to say, this is the first time we're actually really hearing actual lyrics to the end of a main credit hit of a main series installment game. And I have to say, these guys did great. When I first started to play this game, and when I was looking through these credits, I was actually kind of taken aback a little bit. Not only was this the first time that I ever heard lyrics to the ending of a main series installment game through memory, it really blew my mind in that Japan actually managed to get their hands on a vocalist for this. And my overall thoughts on the game, even though that has been a little more than 2 years since the game came out, I still have fun with this game. It's great, but we're not even close to being done with this game. There's still a little bit more left in it for the main game. We're going to get into the post-game of this game, and soon enough, we will be getting into the DLC. And my oh my, do we have a lot to cover for the DLC. I mean, there's like a lot to it for what that DLC has to offer. Like, even longer than that of the DLCs from Sword and Shield. Roughly on that. Like, 3-parter. And apparently the last one, I guess what some people would consider this to be a... Oh yeah, it was more of that kind of a epilogue. And all you guys that have worked on this from all around the world, you guys were absolutely amazing. I still support you guys even to this day, and I am definitely going to be continuing on here for years to come. Until I've been reaching my satisfaction throughout the series, but all around, great game, beyond that of amazing. And unfortunately, we can't exactly skip any of this, but that's okay. I have no reason to skip any of this. Such a wonderful way to end off this particular part of the game. Gotta include us riding around on our steed throughout pretty much the entirety of the game. Celestial, that's what it was called. It's been almost a few years now. Thank you, treasured friends. Doesn't it look like that Miranda looks like it's smiling? I don't think that's a tongue, but seriously though, it looks sort of like it should be smiling. Calling students to the director's office. Master Derek, Miss Demona, Master Arvin, and Miss Penny. Director Clavel would like to see you in his office. So... Okay, we can just head up for the entrance hall. We definitely have some things in that we want to do. But before we do any of that, we're going to see the professor. But for now, we're going to end things off right here. This is a lot to take in. And oh boy, there's still plenty more things to come. Next time on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we get into the remainder of the main game, and then we'll get into the post-game of Scarlet and Violet. See you guys then.